What is up, everyone? Today we're showcasing a really nice team with Zekrom in the Master League Classic. I've been wanting to run this thing for a very long time, but I never managed to get my hands on a good IV one until a couple weeks ago when it was finally back in raids. I managed to get a 15, 15, 13 one, so really nice, and it performed so well for me. In this team, you currently see on the right of my screen a very simple team: Ho-Oh, Zacian, and Zekrom. I went 9-6 with this team, around 28-40 rating, so really not too bad. Pretty happy with that. And yeah, Zekrom was really cool. I think I wouldn't necessarily recommend it though. I'll be honest. I think in general it's probably just a worse Dialga most of the time because they have very similar like matchups, because they're both Dragon Breath users, of course. However, Dialga does a lot better versus opposing dragons because of the steel typing, making the opposing dragon moves only neutral instead of super effective versus Zekrom. And besides that, Zekrom of course also takes super effective from Charm, which is not ideal. However, there's definitely some scenarios where Zekrom is a little better. For one, against Melmetal, Dialga of course loses very hard, and Zekrom can actually win that matchup. And once shields are down, Wild Charge just hits everything super hard. As a closer, Zekrom is just amazing. So it definitely has a lot of play, and I really did enjoy running it. I am running it with Wild Charge and Crunch actually, but I would really recommend you run Outrage. There were a couple scenarios here where I was shields down versus that Dialga, where if I had Outrage I would have won the match, but because of Crunch it just doesn't do enough damage. So yeah, Outrage definitely ready to go. Anyway, next game, Palkia lead. This is not awesome. Always just want to go into Zacian here. Which, by the way, that's why I'm running Zacian in the middle of this squad. This team, like I said, is very basic. It's just the Ho-Oh Dragon core I highlighted in my top Masters team video, with a really good save swap in Zacian in the middle. And you know, Zacian is just busted as a save swap. It's the most OP Pokemon in Master League Classic at the moment. So yeah, it just works. It just works, and it works really well on this team. Anyway, Metagross is the hardest counter Zacian, of course, but still managed to take a shield. That just shows you how broken that Pokemon is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now I can farm down this Metagross with Ho-Oh. A Brave Bird this Palkia. I'm really hoping they let this go, because I'm expecting this to be a Zacian in the back. It's a team I ran as well last season. It's the one I ran to Legend. And that season works so well, but it's not really nice for my line, because technically they do hard counter me, because Palkia beats Ho-Oh, Zacian beats Zekrom, and Metagross beats Zacian. However, yeah, they close combat there, which is kind of weird, I think. But if they play rough, I think they're probably not running play rough in that case. And if even if they waited for longer, I would have just Dragon Breathed them down into a range where Wild Charge would KO anyway, and it would have been over. But yeah, we end up winning this game. GG. All right, Kyogre lead is even more rough than Palkia though, because actually Zacian does lose her. But I can just switch into it. It's not that bad of a matchup. I can get a play rough. I might even be able to get to a close combat if they overfarm a bit. And I might be able to kill it or get a shield. So it's really not terrible. Go for a play rough. This I can bring them quite low. I'll go for the close combat. Luckily, before they get to the surf, they should grab a shield or kill him. Either one, very fine with me. Though I would prefer killing them. But unfortunately, they do shield it up. That's okay. I'll come in Zekrom. Don't end up waiting. Oh, I do end up waiting my timer here. Alright, good. But yeah, they bring in Dialga. This is not awesome. And this is probably Togekiss in the back, which might actually be doable. If I can manage to farm down the Kyogre with Zekrom, I might be able to double Wild Charge the Togekiss. And the Wild Charge knocks out. Well, barely. It does like 93%. You need like 5 Dragon Breaths, I think. Plus 2 Wild Charge, or plus 1 Wild Charge to knock out the Togekiss. So it's really not that bad. They come in Kyogre. Of course, they surf my Ho-Oh. I just let it go. Again, I'm thinking it's Togekiss. I just want to farm this down and get the 2 Wild Charges first. It is a fairy. It's a Zacian. At this point, this is over. Well, unless one thing happens. Unless they close combat right here. That's why you see me over farming so much. Wild Charge only does 55%. and they're gonna outpace me to 3 moves for sure, or they're gonna outpace me 2 moves to 3 moves for sure. So I needed them to close combat there. They didn't. I have another win con. If they shield that crunch and I get the defense drop, this wild charge will also knock out, but neither one happens, and yeah, I lose. Even if I wild charge, or even if I double wild charge, it would not have knocked out. So that really was my only play, but it didn't happen. So well played by my opponent, and GG. All right, Melmetal lead. Again, that is one of the scenarios where Zekrom is better. Actually, Melmetal, Dialga loses. I mean, to the, compared to Dialga, well, that's hard to say. No, compared to Dialga, Zekrom is better versus Melmetal. So if I can get Zekrom against Melmetal later, that's really not that big of a deal because I can wild charge it. I'm very surprised they actually switched out of that lead there though, because a Rock Slide does so much to Ho-Oh. But I'm very fine with it because I can still get Zacian on it later, or Ho-Oh now. Luckily I shoot up that Ice Beam from the Mewtwo too, because that would have definitely done a lot of damage. It's gonna crunch it before I can get to another one. Now they likely bring in the Melmetal again? No, it's actually Palkia, which is actually interesting. This is making me wonder about the moveset of this Melmetal though. I should have... Well, you're gonna see. You're gonna see. Well, I'll bring in Zacian here. They bring in Melmetal, and I'm gonna end up over-farming a bunch here. But I should have been really curious about the moveset. They're gonna throw a move right here. And this is a move I think a lot of Melmetals have these days. Flash Cannon. It hurts so much. It hurts so much. And I should have expected it, to be honest. I should have really expected it. Because... why would they not come in with, why would they not stay with Melmetal versus Ho-Oh? Because they probably don't have Rock Slide, right? As you can see, they don't have Rock Slide. So it all makes a lot of sense. So I probably should have shielded my Zacian right there, knowing it was likely a Flash Cap. But luckily, it barely doesn't kill, and we're still able to take this game. GG. Alright, Giratina lead. This is not amazing, but like a Brave Bird still does a lot of damage here, and both the Zacian and Zekrom have a decent matchup here too. What I always just do here though is just throw one Brave Bird and then switch to Zacian. I'm gonna have to shoot up this move. Usually this isn't the CMP tie, but they actually lagged a turn at the start, which made it a CMP tie. So it's kind of unfortunate for them, but still, that being a CMP tie does kind of hurt me as well, because normally if they throw it before my Brave Bird, I will no shield it. And well, they won't get the chance to throw it after, because I will switch before. So kind of meh for both sides, but yeah, just shoot that move, go into Zacian, shoot, no shoot their Shadow Ball, in comes the Togekiss, and they actually let it go, which I guess makes sense, because they don't want to get farmed by Ho. Though they would have, I think they would have reached the ancient power, so I don't know. Yeah, we farm down Giratina now. In comes Zacian. This could be good or not. The great thing is, if they run Play Rough, my Zekrom is gonna die here, but then my Ho-Oh is really good. And if they don't have Play Rough, they're gonna have to drop their stats with close combats, and then my Ho-Oh can also just farm them down. So either way, I should be fine. Yeah, it's Play Rough, and now this thing can't do anything versus Ho-Oh, and I should be very, very fine. Yeah, just let this go. Oh, I shoot it up. I should be shooting, because it's definitely a Play Rough, right? I don't want to get Play Roughed. If I get Play Roughed, I think they can just double close combat me at this point. And now they're gonna have to go for another Play Rough and a close combat, pretty sure, which is more energy. So yeah, they know it's over. Earthquake, and it's a GG. Alright, another Giratina lead. Like I said, Brave Bird here. Yeah, I think I do actually shield this. I think the way I used to always play this lead is no shoot the Shadow Ball and then go for the Brave Bird. Because Shadow Ball really doesn't do that much, but you can also just shoot it. I think it's kind of preference. I kind of switch it up, to be honest. Sometimes I'll shield, sometimes I won't. In this case, I shield it, and I just switch to Zacian. I'll no shield this as well. This is actually kind of awkward, because these Shadow Balls do a lot of damage, and I definitely don't want to shield again. And I'm pretty sure the close combat doesn't kill from that point, so it's not like I can throw a move before they get to the Shadow Ball. But yeah, in comes their own Zacian. Unfortunately, they win the CMP there. It's just a coin flip, but that's okay. I'll let it go. It's a Play Rough. I can now farm this down with Ho-Oh, because I know it's not a Wild Charge one. Unless they're running a Play Rough Wild Charge, which would be pretty ridiculous. I think close combat is required, but luckily my opponent agrees, and they throw a Play Rough. instead of a wild charge. Good. This should just be another play rough or close combat, and we live. We farm this all the way down. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna come in Giratina now, trying to force me to use my energy. So I go in Zekrom immediately. Then comes the Dialga, and there's where you see Zekrom kinda meh, kinda underperform maybe. Because I'm gonna get farmed down before I can get to 2 crunches. I no-shield this as well. Maybe I should have shielded this, because the Dragon Breath damage might have been valuable. But the thing is, if I no-shield that, they're gonna also Dragon Breath me down and probably get to a move against my Ho-Oh. So, yeah, even with the defense drop, I'm pretty sure they just Dragon Breath my Zekrom down. So, yeah, I don't think there was any way of winning that game, unfortunately. Dialga with 2 shields is just too strong. Alright, Ho-Oh Mirror in this next game. This is also a matchup I always play out differently. I have my Ho-Oh as best buddy. The only reason I have my Ho-Oh as best buddy is because that's the only best buddy I have on my team. And it helps in the Dialga matchup like slightly. The thing is though, winning CMP in this matchup is pretty bad. Because they can survive a Brave Bird. So what I usually do is throw the Earthquake right away. People used to always shield that. But these days, I haven't seen a single Ho-Oh shield the first charge move. So maybe I should be throwing Brave Birds. The problem is though, if you throw a Brave Bird immediately, they're gonna be able to throw a Brave Bird after you. Well, if you're best buddy Ho-Oh, just like me. And then you die to their Brave Bird because your defense will be lowered. So I think you don't want best buddy Ho-Oh. Honestly, maybe you want a 14 attack Ho-Oh, so you always lose CMP. I don't know. Play that matchup how you want, to be honest. It is, I think the way I would suggest you play it is just go straight Brave Bird. Just go straight Brave Bird on the fifth Incinerate, and then shield their move. And try to get 2 Bravers off at least. And then you just farm down with your Zacian or your Zekrom. I think that's the best way to play it. Alright, anyway. This team we're facing is actually Mirror Team. But they have their Dialga instead of Zekrom. So they're actually at a big advantage here. But they end up making a big mistake. Throwing close combat into my Zacian and then letting go my Play Rough. They could have just thrown Play Rough. And they would have survived. They would have... Well, maybe they didn't have... Did they already show Play Rough? Yeah, they Play Rough my Zekrom, right? Think so? But yeah, they lose. Wait, they have Play Rough, right? They did have Play Rough? Wait, this thing? Wait. Yeah, they had Play Rough. If they had just Play Roughed my Zacian here, they would have still been outside of Play Rough range. They could have gotten off 2 Play Roughs and forced a shield for me, but they went for close combat for no reason, and that allowed me to kill their Dialga with this close combat. So yeah, I guess GG, but I definitely wasn't supposed to win that game. But I'll take it. I will take it. I think in general, yeah, this lineup, Ho-Oh, Zacian plus Dragon is very common, but usually it's ran with Dialga. And if you're running Zekrom, you're just gonna lose to that Dialga line. So honestly, if you really want to gain points, maybe running it with Dialga is the smarter move. But Zekrom, definitely quite fun. Alright, I'm gonna shoot up his Iron Head. I think technically I can take that, but I think preserving a little health here is nice, so I'm gonna do it. I don't want to get farmed down though, so I'll just go into Zacian. I'll also no-shoot this Iron Head, even though it's super effective. Doesn't do that much. It does quite a bit. Maybe I should have shielded. Maybe I should have shielded. Because that does do a lot, actually. Probably should have shielded. What is it? It's a Landorus. Yeah, I should have shielded Iron Head. I don't reach the Play Rough now. The good thing about Landorus is, though, that they don't run ground charge moves. So my Zekrom might still be able to farm this down. I'm gonna let this Landorus throw a move into my Ho-Oh first, though. So I'm gonna come in here. They can't farm me down. They have to throw a move. Probably super power if they want to preserve some energy. Which will also lower their attack and defense. So my Zekrom now is super safe. They throw another move, which I'm just gonna no-shoot. They are debuffed, so this won't do that much. Stone Edge, and it actually does hurt, but it doesn't do that much. And then in comes Extra Drill, and this is quite bad. Yeah, we just got hard countered here. This is really difficult. Maybe if I get a defense drop here, I can farm it down, but no defense drop, and they're already at 2 here. So even with the defense drop, I'm pretty sure those Dragon Breaths would not have done enough. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, can't beat them all. GG. Yo, I really like Landorus, though. I think Landorus is pretty solid. I've seen a lot of Zacian. I've seen a lot of Ho-Oh. I've seen a lot together, as well as Dialga. And Landorus does pretty good against all of them. So maybe a Pokemon to consider running. Alright, Zacian lead. Pretty good. As long as this thing isn't packing Wild Charge, it should be very, very fine here. Just got a No Shield. Even if it's Wild Charge, I don't die. So I'm fine with that. Just to play rough and we good. Here comes Dialga. I was really considering hitting the Brave Bird here because I think a shield here is very obvious. But I ended up going Earthquake anyway, and they actually no shield, so I guess that's a good play. By me. I don't know about the play, but for my opponent, to be honest, I think that's kind of odd. Because they could have farmed me down all the way. But I'll take that. I guess, but like going shields down is also not that smart, so I guess it works. This works for them. They now have a Giratina with a shield and a little bit of energy. I bring in Zekrom, just gonna no shield this. At this point, Zacian can just kind of sweep, right? So I'm very fine. They end up standing still there. I think they were hoping to catch a crunch on their Zacian. But yeah, that wasn't happening. I switched it to my own Zacian. And with a shield advantage, I should be very, very fine here. Of course, gonna no shield these moves. This first one. Though, I probably should have just shielded that, because it was always gonna be a play rough. Kind of dumb, actually. I was just trying to flex now. And they let my play rough go too. So at this point, I just win with Zacian. I'm gonna let this go. I mean, Zekrom. I just win with Zekrom. Just gonna let this go. It's just a close combat actually, so I don't even die, which is kind of unfortunate, because now I have to throw a charge move instead of just farming down with Zekrom. But that's okay. Gonna throw this, and they actually shield. Also okay. Because I still have a charge move on this, just gonna wild charge it, and this should be game over, right? Goodbye, Giratina. GG. Yes. Alright, nice. Alright, another Ho-Oh mirror lead for this game. They actually end up lagging a turn to start, which gives me an advantage, but you're gonna see I'm gonna throw this Brave Bird. Which since I'm best buddy, I should be getting to this Brave Bird first anyway. And they actually end up, these things seem to be dying here. So we're actually even on energy. So that one turn lag at the start luckily doesn't end up mattering. And this is where you're gonna see that having a best buddy Ho-Oh is actually not ideal, because they got to the Brave Bird second, which meant I had to shield or I would die to it. So yeah, not ideal, I think. Not ideal. In comes Dialga. I'm just gonna get farmed down. Yeah, at this point, to shield Dialga is so rough. It's so rough. I'm just gonna come in Ho-Oh though. Luckily, I do have a bunch of energy, so I can likely burn a shield here, maybe two, hopefully. Depending on if they go for Iron Head or like Thunder or Draco. I'm gonna have to no shield this though. I could have shielded maybe. I was really hoping it was Iron Head. Unfortunately, it's Draco. I go down. Now Zacian on the field. They still have this. I'm gonna no shield this. It's double the buffed Iron Head. Shouldn't do it too much. But still does a decent chunk. And it's a Kyogre in the back. Yeah, it's just game over. Kyogre is just way too tanky for Zacian to handle. So I conceded the game. And it's the final match as well. Final battle of the video. Again, like I said, Zekrom for sure is very fun. I think it has a lot of play. But I do think in general, it's probably just a little worse than Dialga in most scenarios. But definitely a fun Pokemon. Maybe consider giving it a go if you have one built. But yeah, that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck with your battles, trainers.